and I don't think I'm allowed to record here. 4 layers of security, 2 full pat-downs, 3 of the security, like the scanners. Yeah, car bombs are totally a thing here. I spoke too soon about the security. As soon as I put down the camera, there was yet another full body pat-down, and that one was a really invasive one, if you know what I mean. You know, despite all the security situation and everything, this is actually a really, really beautiful airport. It's the VIP service. I need something bad.
Bureau ground personnel, please disembark the aircraft. Thank you.
But am I glad to be gone out of Afghanistan? If I can like honestly say yes. Just as we were leaving the airport, just because of the way we're dressed, they waved us aside and they took us to a screening area. And
that's why I told you to change the clothes.
Yeah, they swabbed us for bomb residue. Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's the end of the time in Afghanistan. We've already flown through Mazar Sharif Airport, and technically we came to Kabul, but we're on just arrivals, it looks different. So I'm really curious to see how the security is going to be here. Mazar Sharif Airport is already pretty locked down, but Kabul Airport has a lot of stuff. It has access for all the embassies and everything too. So I'd imagine it's going to be just complete on lockdown, like that. But okay, let's go to the airport. Let's go check it out. Goodbye, Afghanistan. It's weird to see the last glimpses of this country, because as much as I would really truly love to come back, it just makes it extraordinarily difficult to come back. Or I was gonna say inhospitable is the word, but it's not because of the people, it's because of the culture, or like the situation. It's just like how a desert is inhospitable. Like this place is inhospitable. It's not possible to live here. It's not without great effort. So it's weird to look around and knowing it's probably going to be some of the last times I see this country for a long time, a very long time. You know, you kind of have to admire the perseverance of these kids, that they will keep following you for the next like 5 minutes.
Should I pay Tiver some money? Okay, go. But I just feel bad at first, like okay, see you. I know the real problems, and I know it's not the way to solve it too. But we are humans. Yeah, it's so true. Especially belonging from Afghanistan, man.
Coming across.
This one is I come
wait, another one.
money parking. Okay, you go.
Finish?
Yeah.
Okay, now Shubham and I are rushing over to the terminal, and I don't think I'm allowed to record here, so I'll try to make this quick. But this is what the airport looks like. 4 layers of security, 2 full pat-downs, 3 of the security, like the scanners. And yeah, we had to walk a very long way. So
basically the car stops outside of the...
Yeah, they check the cars for bombs. Because of course, yeah, car bombs are totally a thing here. So maybe that's why you had to park so far away, and then you had to walk all the way over here. So okay, I'm gonna run now because I'm getting really tired. But in classic Shubham and Brayden style, we're running it by the bell. We're running super quick. Checking closes in like 5 minutes. So okay, let's go. Yet again, so much security here. We just passed the whole the VIP waiting area, and there's like probably like 40 trucks of UN guys and World Food Bank, IMF, everything. I think we're gonna take the official. Okay, so now we're finally at the check-in gates for Emirates. The gate was supposed to close, but they're keeping it open. Like everything in Afghanistan all runs late, nobody cares. But I spoke too soon about the security. As soon as I put down the camera, there was yet another full body pat down, and that one was a really invasive one, if you know what I mean. and took all of our bags, took another scanner, we had to give our COVID tests, we had to show our passport, our ticket, all this kind of stuff. So layers of security, probably that's the most layers of security I've ever seen. It wasn't a...
if you want to come to check-in area, you don't need to do any security.
Yeah, same in the United States. Yeah, you can just walk up to the security. You can walk up to this in the United States, no problem. But also then, I would say it's also compared to Israel. Israel probably has a more thorough exam. In Israel, they have like bomb swabs, and they swab everything in your bag, and they question you and everything. So yeah, most thorough there, but here is the most layers of security, I'd say. So if you like layers of security, come to Kabul, Afghanistan. Of course, it's like a super highly guarded compound because every embassy and everything uses this airport to fly in and out. This probably needs to be the safest part of the entire country. But then also, as we were coming in, there was 3 huge militarized Humvees, United States ones. They're like 20 feet tall with like a huge machine gun turret on the top. You know what I'm talking about? But they of course got VIP treatment. They just went straight in. Okay, so let's get our tickets and then we'll get into the boarding area. I don't think there's gonna be much on the other side, but I guess we'll see. Alright, so we got our tickets and everything, we're ready to board. Shivam, what time is it?
It's 4:13 right now.
4:13?
Yeah.
I guess it's supposed to take up in 7 minutes, but nobody's on the plane yet. Just typical Afghan, things are slow. But I'm surprised actually because Emirates is always on time. But it's okay, it'll be fine. Just as we were coming through, I ran into a guy from Texas. Of course, any Americans that you meet out here, very, very, very rarely they're here to visit. Of course, he's working at the embassy. And anytime I meet somebody that works in an embassy, I try not to ask too many questions, but I'm super curious about the operations of it. Because especially in a place like Afghanistan, there's so much security and so much protocol. Even like I said, like when we were staying at the hotel, always we're seeing like Chinooks and Blackhawks and everything flying back and forth. So I'm like super curious about like, who gets permission to use the Chinooks, and if, who takes a convoy, what's the convoys like, and all this kind of stuff. But he's been, classic story, someone like him that he used to work in the army, and he served in Afghanistan, he served in Afghanistan, in Iraq I think. But now he works in security and like air traffic control, and finding like the planning the airspace, planning the green zones. So really, really intriguing guy, but it's fascinating to meet an American. Anyway, okay, boarding is coming. I'm so rushed because I feel like I'm gonna miss the flight. I hate missing flights, but
We missed a lot of flights.
everything is good. We're good. I'll figure it out. Okay, 5 minutes, 10 minutes till we board. Okay, that was brilliant. Afghanistan, besides being known for their hash and extreme religion, is known for their pistachios. Pistachios are very famous here. They almost look red, but some of them are green. So they're still pretty fresh. I think they're going to last maybe 1 week, 2 to 3 days while they're still fresh like this in a bag. So I don't think they're going to last to bring me all the way to the United States, but at least I can bring them for some friends along the way. So if you come to Afghanistan, try the hash or get pistachios. Despite all the security situation and everything, this is actually a really, really beautiful airport. It's surrounded by the mountains. Like over there, some snow-capped mountains. That's the Afghan Air Force planes. Comair is the national carrier of Afghanistan. Afghan Ariana is the other one, but the mountains go all the way around, and it's actually really, really beautiful. Kabul Airport. I never expected 5 years ago that I'd be here, but it's nice. The VIP service. Yeah, it's like a Bentley. No, maybe not Bentley. There it is. Maybe actually it could be a diplomat. I bet that's what it could be. But yeah, Emirates. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't have any information.
This is the sign of getting back on Emirates. We're back going into the first world. Everyone's got the PCR, or not PCR, the PPE. Everyone's wearing masks. Masks are required, of course, on here. really is. We're just going straight back into the first world. Amazing. Once you step on the plane, everything changes. Masks are immediately required again. If this were Qatar, you'd be required to wear a face shield and everything, but Qatar doesn't fly to Afghanistan or anything. So, okay, let's go find our seat. That's it. That's our seat. Okay. The more and more I look around, I'm seeing a lot of Americans. Not only am I seeing them at the check-in with their American passport, but looking on the plane, there's lots of very obviously military guys. They got totally bulked out, they got the huge muscles, they have their tattoos, their shirt that's stretched over them tightly, and they're wearing their baseball cap. It's nice to be back in a nice place. Yeah, and of course we got our movies. We'll play games on here and everything. It's like a PSP. Man. Okay, yeah, exactly our seat. Kabul to Dubai. Everything is going to show you the map and everything. Emirates is actually a really nice airline. Only bad thing about Emirates is that it is a dry airline.
They are serving alcohol. I saw it.
Oh really? Whoa, something must have changed. It used to be for a long time a dry airline, so no alcohol. But maybe it's just actually non-alcoholic. Maybe it's just straight.
No, actually, last time I flew, it was during COVID, so maybe not. Before that, when I used to fly to South America or like US or long flight, they used to have a bar and everything.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see if we can get a beer then. My mouth is parched from no beer. Too much tea in Afghanistan. Okay, let's get going. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling pretty sick. Just get some water. Take off in just a minute.
Ground personnel, please disembark the aircraft. Thank you.
Like I said, not my proudest moment. This is actually quite nice. Emirates get a travel hygiene kit. So we get a mask, gloves, hand sanitizer, and sanitizing wipes. And actually, you know, it's a pretty good quality bag. So I think going forward, I'm just going to use this as my toiletry bag. I'm going to keep this one. Emirates is a lot different than I remember. I've always been under the impression that it's a dry airline and it's just kind of like straightforward, back and forth. But wow, really, really good. Really good food. We got all the whole eternity of alcohol. I got some wine, vodka, and beer. So this makes me quite happy. And because today's a Thursday, so it's a weekend. Weekend in the Islamic world. But also something really interesting. Shubham told me when we boarded the flight that the crew, there's like 10 to 12 crew, but they all come from different countries and they all speak different languages. So this girl that was just serving us is from Paraguay of all places. Paraguay, and she's working all the way in Afghanistan, or Dubai I guess. She's working in the UAE, which is like amazing. So that being said, their entire crew speaks like at least, like they plan to have like almost every major language covered. It's really, really cool. So this looks really good food too. Really good food. This is really good airline. Alright guys, we arrived in Dubai. And it's nice to be back in the first world. By the first world I just mean a place that's very clean, has clean bathrooms, and people wear masks. But am I glad to be gone out of Afghanistan? If I can like honestly say yes. There's a lot of nice things. The people are very nice. very hospitable. Most of them are very generally pretty good people, but there's also way too many security risks and problems that things can switch just like that with no reason. So I'm glad to be back in a country where things will be safe. I know that if I take a taxi to my hotel tonight, if I leave my phone in the taxi, what happens?
We'll get the taxi. We'll get the phone.
He's lost his phone in a taxi before here in Dubai, and what happens is the hotel looks on the security cameras, they find the exact license plate of the taxi, they call the taxi company, the taxi brings back, and the taxi driver will personally deliver your phone back to your hotel room, your 5-star hotel room, and that is the Dubai that I miss. A very far shot from the Afghanistan, the unstable Afghanistan. We're back in a safe country. Are you ready to get another COVID test?
Alright.
You can deep breath. It's not
You're just being cruel to me. No, okay.
No, I'm sure.
It's the 30-second one of the year. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye, guys.
That was a really deep one. You know, in celebration for returning back to a sane country, Shiv and I had 3 shots of vodka over the course of 2 hours. But it's okay. It's okay. We're managing. We're managing. And a true mark of privilege for flying in from Kabul, it's the exact very last baggage carousel. As we're selecting our wine. Wine is alcohol in general. It's just extremely difficult to find in Dubai. Oh, I'm falling over. But this is the French wines. 14 bucks. We successfully bought a lot of alcohol. We bought a 3-pack of Stolchnia Russian vodka and got some Corona to satisfy my Americanism. And I think Shivam got 4 bottles of wine because he likes wine. We'll invite our friends over and have a very relaxed night.
Wow.
Okay, so actually just as we're leaving the airport, it's not done yet. Just as we're leaving the airport, just because of the way we're dressed, the hat looked like, obviously we just came straight from Afghanistan. We did consider changing clothes before we came here just because of these difficulties. But as we were walking through, they waved us aside and they took us to a screening area. And
That's why I told you to change the clothes.
yeah, they swabbed
I told you before.
swabbed us for bomb residue, gunpowder and bomb residue. Just very simply, just because of the way that we're dressed. They didn't have our flight tickets. They didn't ask us any questions. They just sent us off.
What was that? I don't understand actually. It's not my first time in my life.
It's like a little square swab.
Okay.
It's like a white cotton swab,
Okay.
and it's chemically resistant. So they swab all the bags. They swab your palms. They swab your
Yeah.
hands and everything. And if it captures gunpowder residue, so both from bombs and from shooting guns and that kind of stuff. If it does, then it'll turn like blue, kind of like this color. Yeah,
I never did it actually before.
I've like never had that happen. I mean, I've had it happen in Israel. Just they swab everything. They swab everybody, but I've never been pulled aside just for that to happen. So, yeah, both nice and sad, safe and sad. But okay, let's go to the city of Dubai. Have a good night, guys.